Is there a sort of a hidden message also behind hiding the key?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I want to make it a little bit difficult to find. I don't want to be like, oh, yeah,
Okay.
there it is, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
straight away.
Mm.
So it's kind of trying to place it. And because the way I paint in layers. I used to just paint in oil paint, but these days I'm doing mixed media. So it's quite a lot of layers. So I have to be aware that if I'm not careful, I'll bury the key and you'll never find it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, it goes
Yeah.
under all the layers and you'll never find it. So I have to sort of think carefully from that perspective as well, that it's still visible. Yeah, rather than sort of, I mean, each painting's different. And I unfortunately came up with the idea after I'd done 3 paintings. So now I have to go back to those paintings and sort of think, how am I going to get this key
Oh,
in?
I see. Okay.
It just needs to
Yeah.
finish. So I'll sort of have a bit of a play around with that. But yeah.
And why this theme? Why, why were you thinking of that specifically? The opening, the door closing and opening.
Yeah, I think it was a situation where I think I saw a headline and I thought, and it was like it was saying something like that. And I thought, oh, I really like that. You know, and it kind of just that aha moment. And when I started to think about it, and I thought, in my own life, I've had a few instances where something really awful has happened, or at the time it felt really awful and quite upset. And then if you can kind of get past the problem and start looking at, well, okay, well, what are the possible solutions here? And you start to move through it. And once you get to the other end of it, something really good happens that would never have happened if that awful thing hadn't had happened, whether it's a relationship breakdown or whether it's get fired from a job or, whatever it is, that sort of that thing that sets you back a bit.
So, what inspires the florals?
Yeah, I've always loved flowers and I love having fresh flowers in the house, and I love, because I've got a big garden, I can just pick them, and I love the symbolism of them as well. And I think it just adds, I don't know, it's just that feminine beauty, I think. And I mean, I always marvel at Mother Nature when you really start to take notice and look closely at, the way, how delicate flowers are, but actually how resilient they are, and even the nuances in tones and the way Mother Nature will put certain colours together. And sometimes I think, oh, I would never have thought to put those colours together, and yet it really works. And